stupid, dumb shit, goddamn motherfucker! When I go driving, I stay in my lane. We're getting cut off, it makes me insane.
Hello, welcome to Road Rage. I am your host, Keith D'Souza, and on this inaugural episode 1 of Road Rage, and this episode features a special guest, GPS, at Lovable Never Do Well. So, thank you for listening, and without further ado, here's episode 1 of Road Rage.
Turn around when possible. South Barrington Road.
Fuck. Now I'm lost. God damn it. I bought you so I would never get lost, you GPS. And then you have the balls to sass me?
Turn around when possible. South Barrington Road.
How about you go fuck yourself? Alright? I am turning around. What do you think I just fucking did? Now where do I go? You tell me. You were the one who got me into this fucking mess. But not speaking up.
Make a U-turn. Highway 68. West Dundee Road. Then turn right.
A U-turn, a fucking U-turn. That's your solution? Oh, you stupid bitch. Or dude, or whatever the fuck gender you are. You asexual fucking asshole. Asexual asshole. Actually, would be a really great band name. So, that's a good idea. Gotta log that one for the notes, Keith D.
Turn around when possible. Dundee Lane.
Alright. Sorry, that one's on me, alright? That one is on the old Keith D.
After 1/4 mile, turn left.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. Thanks. Thanks for telling me a new route instead of just telling me bullshit like, hey, make a U-turn if possible. Yeah, okay, thanks for reminding me the if possible part, right? Like, if it was impossible, there was just oncoming traffic, I would make a fucking U-turn into it. That's the kind of sass I'm talking about. Oh, there's a cop. Maybe I'll get pulled over. I wasn't breaking any serious laws, so, I could get pulled the fuck over. Get it on podcast. Podcast the police, people. Who's gonna podcast the police if they don't podcast themselves? Alright, that was the first part of the first episode of Road Rage, and that was back in my hometown of Palatine, Illinois, or my old hometown, rather. On this trip, in this first episode of Road Rage, I am driving from Illinois back to San Francisco, California, where I currently reside, or at least I thought I was driving back to San Francisco, California, as we'll bit of a teaser for later on in the episode. But where we pick up now, I am driving to one of my stand-up comedy gigs in Omaha, Nebraska, and that Omaha show turned out to be really great. I did about 30 minutes, and it was a really fun show, and I feel like I had a sense of that driving to the show, as we can see from this next installment of Road Rage. Alright, this is Road Rage, next installment. I think that's what we're gonna call this podcast, or it's just a note to myself. I talk about shit and fucking write it down later, because No, I did that out. But I'm driving to Nebraska right now. Doing a show there. Excited about. Never been to Omaha before. That's where I'm driving. I'm not sure if I'm in Iowa or Nebraska. I don't fucking know. But on the way to Omaha, and I'm going to talk politics, alright? I've been watching a lot of politics. I stopped watching politics back in like 07 because I would just get angry. It would just make me just fuming mad, and I realize it doesn't really affect my day-to-day life, you know, in a way that it was actually making my life any worse, but I was just getting upset about all this stuff that really didn't affect me, so I stopped watching politics, and but this year, man, 2016, I'm not sure when this fucking podcast is coming out, but 2015 is a political year, man. I got the Bernie Sanders. He inspired me to start following politics again, and I'm fucking furious again. It's fucking ridiculous. I didn't know what the whole ISIS thing. I didn't know where ISIS was from, where they're operating out of. I hear about the bombings in Paris and recently Brussels, but I don't know anything about ISIS. Then I watched Fareed Zakaria documentary about ISIS, and it's pretty fucking clear that George W. Bush, I mean his administration, started that whole fucking ISIS shit by invading Iraq and getting rid of Saddam Hussein. Why? Why do you get rid of Saddam Hussein? Oh, because they had weapons of mass destruction. Bullshit! There were no weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass deception. So they fucking got rid of Saddam Hussein, who, yeah, sure, he was a brutal dictator, but he lives in a brutal fucking place in the world where there's radical Muslims, different sides, different factions, people ready to be terrorists. He has to fucking rule with an iron thumb to keep control of that shit. And we fucking got rid of him. And that is what had the grounds to breed ISIS, because no fucking leader, they see U.S. troops in there all the time, people are gonna be pissed. And that way, you can radicalize just fucking moderate Muslims if they have them there. They get radicalized to be these extremists, and they fucking do terrorist attacks in Europe, and maybe they'll come over here at some point and do terrorist attacks. Because of that fucking Iraq war that Donald Rumsfeld and George Bush started, and you know, everyone's, it was all about the oil. That whole war was about the oil. Bullshit, it was about the oil. It was about the fucking war, alright? Because it keeps that war machine turning, alright? It's a fucking military-industrial complex. This is how this shit works, okay? The military is a job. People's careers and jobs are in the military, alright? So everyone who works for the military, that's their business. They want their business to keep prospering, so they'll all have jobs, and all their co-workers will continue to have jobs for, the next 10, 20, 30, hundreds of years. And what better way to do that than by radicalizing a fucked up place in the world, creating ISIS. They're planting the seeds for future wars, is what these fuckers are doing. They're planting seeds for future wars, and that's what we have now. The fucking Iraq war, they planted that seed in fucking 2006, maybe before that, whenever they invaded Iraq, that was the first seed that was planted, and now that seed is paying off in a fucking war tree. It's a fucking war tree that's bearing fruit, and we're gonna have an enemy for the next decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. And if you think I'm full of shit, it's been going on since the fucking 50s, alright? Look at Bay of Pigs invasion. Supplying Cubans with arms. Look at the fucking Iran-Contra. Reagan supplying goddamn Afghanis with arms so they could fight Russians. Alright? Or maybe it was Iranians, but they definitely also... I don't know what I'm talking about. I haven't really researched this shit. But look it up, alright? This is true. Iran-Contra, they gave Iranians weapons. They gave Afghanistan, they were paying Afghanistan army to fight Russia. And the all those weapons that they gave Afghanistan are now went into the hands of the Taliban and Osama bin Laden. And then 20 years later, we're fighting them. Alright, that's been this installment of Road Rage.
In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
Alright, Road Rage coming at you from the Rocky Mountains. Fucking mile high, more than a mile high right now. I'm driving through 70 west through the fucking Rockies, and there's goddamn snow coming down. So, this might be the last podcast I ever do. Probably not. I'll be podcasting in heaven. So, yeah, well, I'm just gonna keep talking, because I gotta keep both hands on the wheel. Keep both hands on the wheel, in case your fucking ice shit slips. I'm driving like an old man right now. I'm driving 54 miles per hour, 1 mile under the speed limit, people. But I'm going through the fucking Rocky Mountains. Alright? Don't fucking... Oh, I'm a fucking Colorado. I'm just whizzing by you at 70 miles per hour on 70 West. Well, you know what? Maybe you got snow tires on shit. I don't have that shit on my car. Oh, I can't wait to get to fucking California. Never driving through winter shit ever again. This is the last goddamn time. Winter... I'm just gonna go through the south where there's no fucking snow. It's not snowing anymore. Turn off my windshield wipers. Oh, but then the fucking douchebag SUV in front of me had to spray me with a bunch of fucking whizzing in front of me and then spraying me with a bunch of the fucking snow on the road. Road snow. Shit, what the fuck is going on here? Is that truck turning? No, he's stopped out. Okay. Alright, don't come in my fucking lane, trucker! This truck has his warning hazard signals on in the right lane. I'm driving in the middle lane. I'm not one of those left lane motherfuckers today. No sirree, Bob! 80 west before I hit Denver. I was doing 105 fucking miles per hour on the left lane. I was a motherfucker whizzing by these slow-ass bitches in the middle lane. But now, I'm on a mountain, snowing, in the middle lane, I'm doing 60. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Why the fuck is some of this rain making my windows stain like that? I can't fucking see, bitch. Don't freeze. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes you gotta use the windshield wiper fluid. But I was afraid it was gonna freeze and turn into ice, and then I'd be fucking driving off a mountain cliff because I can't see where the fuck I'm going. That's not the case now. It's all clear. All clear sailing for old Keithy. Sharp turn. Chief House, exit 253. Chief Hosa. Must be a Native American thing. It's the one guy in the village they didn't kill. They named the town after him. Or the exit, at least. bit more windshield wiper fluid. There we go.
Might say he was born again. Might say he found the key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away. On the road, hanging by a song. But the string's already broken, and he doesn't really care. It keeps changing fast, and it don't last for long. It's the Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. The shadow from the starlight is softer than a lullaby. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High.
Road rage update. Fucking car broke down. And I have nobody to blame but myself. Because I didn't check my fucking oil when I should have in Denver. There was no goddamn oil in the thing. And I fucked up my engine, blew out a thing in the engine, and it's bullshit, and fucked. I'm just waiting for the AAA tow truck guy to get here, and most likely just tow it to a junkyard. But, I don't know, I'll have another mechanic look at it. Oh, because I got real lucky, and so many fucking assholes just driving by me on the road. I wasn't getting cell phone reception. Then, one decent human being stopped, and it turned out he was a mechanic. So, there is hope for humanity, but check your fucking oil, alright, people? Every time you go to a gas station, just put that dipstick in the thing. You don't have to know about cars, you just gotta... everybody knows this shit already except me, because I'm the dumbest fucking person in the world! So, I don't know, maybe get a fucking rental car and drive back. Who the fuck knows? But, alright. That's how that ended. Hey, I want to apologize, I just missed a beautiful moment to record the police. The fucking car broke down on the side of the on-ramp, and I'm just standing out there with my poncho, fuming mad, road raging it up, and these two police big SUV police cars pull up, and I'm thinking, oh, they're probably trying to help me, see if there's a mechanic coming or something, but they asked me the usual police, like they're suspecting me. They asked to see my ID, which I give them. I have my driver's license. And then they asked to search my car because there's a lot of drug traffic, drug trafficking through the area. So, you know what? I didn't follow my own advice. First of all, always podcast the police, because you got to. Because they don't podcast themselves. And second advice is never let a cop do anything that is against your rights, which is they need a warrant to search your fucking car. Alright, they can't just, hey, this is a heavy drug drop area. Really? The fucking on-ramp at exit 49 on the 70 West Highway, that's a fucking drug drop right above a highway? Are you kidding me? I don't think so. Although nobody was taking that exit. So, it was pretty secluded exit, but they just saw a guy with a poncho and assumed he's a drug trafficker, and then the best part is, the fucking tow truck driver guy, that's why I let the cops search my car, because fucking tow truck driver was coming I didn't want to waste his time because they're going to be like, all right, well, we're going to have to bring the dogs then, because then they bring the dogs. Dogs are trained to bark, and then they have the right to search your car. But I didn't want to do that because I had a tow truck guy come in, tow the fucking car. I just wanted to get this shit over with quickly, and I didn't have any illegal shit. I had like 1.5 grams of weed, maybe 2 grams of weed, which is legal in the state of Colorado. And but of course they asked me, you don't have any drugs in the car, $700,000 or weapons or I'm like, no, I wish. His they didn't laugh at all, but they then they asked me if I had any marijuana in the car. I said no because I'm just trained to say, I'm just used to saying I don't have any weed in the car, and I thought it was pretty obvious that I wasn't a narcotics trafficker, and yeah, they find my weed. They're like, well, if you're lying to us about this, how do we know you're not lying about something else? And like, there's no drugs. Like, how do I know there's no heroin in the car? Like, I don't even know what heroin looks like. I keep lying to them. And then, the tow truck driver's already showed up at this point, and like, as soon as he pulls up, he gives me a look like, oh, come on, dude. Like, he wasn't a fan of cops himself, because it was a look of, dude, I've been there, and this is shitty luck. Like, not like, dude, you fucked up by attracting police attention here. But, he, no, maybe a little of that. So, the tow truck driver gets there, and then the cops talk to him. I figure they tell me, oh, we're going to clear you to the tow truck driver, let him know there's nothing going on. And then the tow truck driver told me later that the cops said to him, well, he's definitely getting one over on us this time. Because there were definitely drugs in that car. So, I guess the cop thought I had harder drugs in the car, and they just... Because I had a shitload of stuff in the car. I had clothes, hundreds of CDs that I'm transporting, punk rock CDs mostly. And then, yeah. So, wish I could have podcasted that police interaction, because this is what I've been talking about. I missed a golden goddamn opportunity, but now that I'm sure I'm driving a rental car with Colorado plates through fucking Utah and through Nevada, I expect to get pulled over a couple times. And you know what? I'll wear my fucking poncho on the way. And I'll get pulled over, and I'm going to podcast the police. I promise you that. Alright. I can't believe those cops thought that they got something over.
You got fucking heroin in there, dude. I know it.
I was like, I don't even know what a heroin looks like. I probably do, but no, I mean, I obviously don't have any other drugs in there, but what did he say?
Weed, but we can't do anything about that.
He said, well, he got one over on us this time. Well, it's been quite the adventure here on the first episode of Road Rage. That was a brief excerpt from my conversation with the tow truck driver right after getting my car searched by police. But now back to our adventure. Here I find myself back in my hotel room at, I believe it was a Roadway Inn in Grand Junction, Colorado. And I had just gotten back from my first trip to the local bar. It was sometime at night, and I had quite the conversation with an older and larger lady. So here it is, the final installment of the first episode of Road Rage. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Probably the ugliest lady in that bar I was talking to. I was sitting at the corner of the bar. She sat next to me on the endmost corner of the bar, and she did the whole leaning into me thing. But if it was a normal not even hot girl, but just any girl that I was even somewhat attracted to, I would have moved away. Because I don't want to come off as a sexist or a pervert or whatever. Even though what I was sitting here first, you fucking came into my personal space. Why am I the one moving? But whatever. But anyway, this probably in her 40s, larger woman comes and sits in the bar next to me and does the whole leaning into me thing. And I stayed there. I stayed there. I might have even leaned into it a little bit. And we struck up a conversation. Her name was Amy. I can't believe I still remember her fucking name. But because I forgot her name about 2 minutes after she told me it. Because my memory is bad. And she got all offended. She's like, I'm not telling you my name twice. Telling you my name twice. And before I was asking her what kind of, what her favorite drink, because I was getting Jameson shots, and first I got a wild turkey shot with a beer. Then after that, my second shot was a Jameson, and that's when she sat next to me. So I asked her if I could buy her a shot, because fuck it, man, I'm in Grand Junction, Colorado. Go fuck the ugliest lady I've ever fucked in my life here. I don't give a fuck. So I asked her if I could get her a drink, the Jameson, and she goes, "No, I only drink vodka." And I go, "Oh, what do you mix your vodka with?" And she goes, "Nothing." She's this 41-year-old overweight white lady. All right, just like she looked like she had done prison time type white lady. Not like classy red wine drinking white lady. No, she was like trailer trash. I blew up my fucking house by cooking meth type looking lady, and I served prison time for that. That's the kind of white lady we're talking about here. And she says she just drinks straight vodka. She doesn't mix with anything. She just drinks vodka straight. I was like, what are you, a fucking KGB agent? You were just straight up like Russian, just drinking vodka straight. So that's the kind of lady we're dealing with here. And we're talking. I mentioned that I smoke weed, and she goes, "Oh, that's a deal breaker." She goes, "You just missed out on the best thing in your life." It's like, how fucking bad do you think my life is, lady? That I guess maybe you could give great blowjob, because let's face it, if me and this large lady's having sex, it's gonna be very hard, awkward sex. It's gonna be cool because it's dirty. It's a stranger. She probably smells bad because she's fat, and when fat ladies get naked, they usually smell pretty bad. Just don't mean to generalize. But she goes, "You just missed out on the greatest thing in your life." Cause so I'm like, "What? You don't fuck with stoners?" She's like, "No, I don't." And she stopped talking to me after that. So I fucking struck out at Grand Junction. Not yet, because it's not last call yet. Once it's an hour before bar closes, so once it's 1 a.m., I'm gonna go back to that fucking bar and pick up the goddamn scragglers. Chicks just waiting at the bar till bar close. They're gonna have to go home with somebody. I live right fucking next door, baby. When you come over to the Roadway Inn, room number 203. By the way, if anybody's listening to this, I will no longer be staying at the Roadway Inn. I'm checking out tomorrow. But if you're in the Roadway Inn and you can hear me talking right now, room 203, baby. Just give it a knock. I got 2 fucking beds here. The guy thought he was giving me a deal. He's like, I'll give you the 2 beds for the low rate. But I don't fucking need 2 beds here. I'm here by myself. Just having 2 beds makes the loneliness that much worse. Because it's like, oh, here's a whole nother empty bed. But, you know what, I got a system. I'm using one of the beds as a couch. The other bed is a sleeping bed. But yeah, sometimes I'll just fucking fall asleep on the couch even when I'm at home, so maybe the couch bed will be my sleeping bed tonight. But hopefully before that I go back to that fucking bar, pick up the Scragglers. There was a band playing, so it was too loud to record, but if I think they stopped playing now, so next time I go over there I'll be podcasting. And maybe we'll have some funny conversations. Alright. And that concludes the first episode of Road Rage. I hope you folks enjoyed it. I certainly did. I also did not enjoy parts of it, but looking back on it now, I'm glad it all worked out that way. But to carry us to the end, I am going to put a small clip of my stand-up show in Omaha, Nebraska. That show really made this whole trip and car fiasco worth it. And to play us out, I'm going to be playing an appropriate song by the one and only Mr. Adam Sandler. Thank you guys for listening to the first episode of Road Rage. I'm your host, Keith D. Please listen again.
Thank you, I'm Keith Rosa. My name is Keith D'Souza. They just fucked up my name. I can't do all night. It's all good, man. I gotta be in the interest of full disclosure. Yeah, it's a fucking Portuguese name. Alright. In the interest of full disclosure, I have been drinking for the last 3.5 hours. Now, probably 3.5 hours since I've been at this particular location. 4 hours tonight. You know, that's what happens when you put me at the end of a show. I get to. What am I supposed to do at a punk rock bar? And look, I was trying to get red wines. I was trying to order a red wine because that's good. That's healthy, right? That's good for you. You gotta read the medical journals. Hey, antioxidants, exactly. Fuck those oxidants. You know what they say? One box of red wine every night. It's good for your heart. It's good for your heart. I'm all about my health. But I tried to order a Pinot Noir. One of those Pinot Noirs. You guys are a Sauvignon Blanc? Sauvignon Blanc? Blanc crowd? Yeah. But he looked at me. This is a punk rock bar. They don't have any red wine here. No red wine here. You look at, really, this is what Sid Vicious died for.
Piece of shit. Cause the shocks are fucking shot.
You ordered hardly.
Well, my seatbelt's fucking broken. I got to tie it in a knot.
It's a piece of shit.
I can't see to the windshield, cause it's got a big fucking crack. And the interior smells real bad, cause my friend puked in the back.
It's a piece of shit. Piece of shit car.
Piece of shit car.
You got a piece of shit car.
It sucks royal dick.
That fucking pile of shit.
100%
Never
crap.
gets him very far.
Oh, fuck you, car. It's got no CD player. It only got the 8-track. Whoever designed my car can lick my sweaty nutsack.
They can bite his ass too.
And I got no fucking brakes. I'm always way out of control. 11 times a day I hear, hey, watch it, asshole.
You fucking piece of shit. Piece of shit car.
I got a piece of shit
You got a piece of shit car.
Diesel gas sucks my ass.
Fucking pile of shit
that pile of mess of shit. Oh, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do to get stuck with you? You're too wide for drive-through, and you smell like tissue, but I'm too broke to buy something new. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, and if anybody's wondering how this ends, how I ended up getting back home to San Francisco, I got a rideshare from Craigslist from a very smart and nice woman who knew a lot more about fixing cars than I did, because her car broke down on the way slightly and she was able to handle it without incident. But I did not podcast any of that, unfortunately, even though we did have some great conversations. But that's how it ends. I ended up getting a rideshare back to San Francisco. But this will not be the last Road Rage episode. There are more to come. There's going to be a great one with my friend and fellow comedian Luke Lockfeld. That's episode 2 of Road Rage, so stay tuned.